Here at Fazbear Entertainment, our motto is, waste not. We will recycle old pizzas, reuse animatronic parts, and in more tragic circumstances, even repurpose the franchise characters themselves. And in this economy where milk is $300 a gallon, what better way is there to repurpose them than food? And most importantly, what online culinary expert would be brave and bold enough to take on such a Herculean endeavor?
Ow, fuck man, burned myself.
This is upside down, you know.
That's upside down? This is not a moose. This is more like a soil, I guess.
Wait, did you put the sticker into it?
No. Oh, poor Chica. Look what you've become. A lot of you don't know Chica's tragic background. The truth was she had a horrible offstage addiction to marijuana. This explains her fixation on food. Let's eat wasn't a catchphrase. It was a call for help. She tried cocaine to wake herself up after long nights blazing with Mr. Cupcake. Then she turned to heroin when marijuana couldn't bring her back down. Until one day, a patron discovered her in the girls' bathroom, dead on the toilet. Just like Elvis before her. And out of the kindness of my heart, I have decided to spare you that image. Just kidding. Fuck you. Now, since chicken's the most obvious of these recipes, we're actually going to consult the cookbook for this one. We're doing the Chica-licious Thai patties. Speaking of which, isn't it kind of twisted for a chicken to be advertising chicken products? Isn't that like humans advertising Soylent Green? I guess it's not that far-fetched when you think about it. So for the Thai chicken patties, obviously you will need chicken, but also eggs, garlic cloves, scallions, limes, soy sauce, fish sauce, red Thai curry paste, cilantro, and breadcrumbs. Honestly, whoever wrote this cookbook must think we're living in like a Gordon Ramsay pantry or something like that. I mean, these videos are the most expensive ones to make, so you'd better like and subscribe and comment so we can beat the algorithm. And I can make more videos where I cook things from video games, because this is what it's become. This is what it's led to. That almost fell off the table. We will start by roughly chopping Chica into chunks. We're going to beat and whisk one egg. And those two have a date in the food processor. Oh boy, looking like Fazgoo there, Chica. Transfer her to the mixing bowl. And finally, the rest of our ingredients. We are eyeballing this because I'm a real chef. I bet some of you freaks wish you could do this to Chica. Well, I gotta say, it's a big improvement. I halved this recipe, but it looks like I have enough for like 5 or 6 patties right here. I think it's just a testament to the size of Chica's appetite. And there you go. A better use for Chica, the Thai chicken patties. Well, I gotta say I've seen prettier patties. So how do they taste? Tastes like chicken. Well, I am unhappy to report that tragedy has struck Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex as well. Montgomery Gator, as we all know, was a perfectionist who hinged his sense of self-worth on his musical ability. He was also a high-functioning alcoholic. So one night, when he messed up the chords to Van Halen's Jump, he flew into a drunken rage and fell into the industrial meat grinder that they used to make the meat for the pizza. Staff members were able to rescue him. Unfortunately, he's not really in the condition to perform. But he will make for a nice batch of fried gator nuggets.
You want some Monty? That's what that is.
I will be using a recipe I pulled from Julia's Simply Southern. First things first, let's get some vegetable oil going at medium heat. And for Monty's seasoning, we will need buttermilk, flour, salt, black pepper, Cajun seasoning, onion powder, paprika, and an egg. We will start by cutting up Monty into nugget-sized chunks. Next, we will move on to our wet mixture. 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 egg, and 2 tablespoons of water to soften things up. In another bowl goes the flour and the rest of our seasoning. And now we give Monty a bath, as so. You know, here in Chef Nick, it's not about whether or not the food turns out good. It's about, what do cooking and Freudian psychology have in common? Transference. Well, I have to admit, it looks like chicken. Let's see if Monty's good taste in music carried over to his flesh. Tastes like chicken. There have been rumors surrounding the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza guitarist we all know as Bonnie. Well, I am here to address those rumors. They're 100% true. The truth is, no one really knows why Bonnie had to grope that woman in the audience. Maybe it was a heat of the moment. Maybe he let the stardom get to his head. Celebrities, you know? Regardless, this was unacceptable for Fazbear Entertainment. They pulled him off the set and explained that the company could no longer be associated with a feckless sex pervert. That final exchange still rings clear in my head. "But boss," said Bonnie, "where am I supposed to go?" And management looked at him and said, "Down." Thankfully, I managed to preserve the corpse before Bonnie was completely memory holed. He's not in good shape. Now, I've personally never cooked with rabbit before, and I'm not going to in this video. Because here on Chef Nick, what makes us stand out from other cooking shows is integrity. Which is why I've enlisted in the help of my brother-in-law, Donald. Donald, thanks for coming on the show.
Happy to be here, Nick.
So, how are you gonna make the best out of Bonnie here?
Well, the first thing that we're gonna do is break her down into 8 different sections. Then we'll do all of the vegetable prep, and we'll get it in the oven.
Bonnie's a guy. Oh. I know that the name's confusing, but let's face it, gender hasn't always been the most solid thing in this game series. I'll tell you more about it later if you want.
Fantastic. All right, now we're gonna break it down. Just separating the legs here. Find the joint.
Some 8-year-old is traumatized right now.
Good. Next thing is to separate, I don't remember what this is called.
Can we call it the floppy bit?
The floppy bit works. It is the floppy bit, so.
Think I could be a good chef one day?
No.
So that's the second floppy bit, right?
That is the second floppy bit. Same thing we did with the back legs. I want to separate that joint out. There we go. Now it's just a matter of separating the ribs from the spine. This piece doesn't really have any meat on it, so you can discard that or keep it. Doesn't really matter. This is the big piece that everybody wants.
That's the thing that goes on auction, right?
Auction?
Yeah, like for like how people sell frocks of celebrities' hair. That's the part of Bonnie that goes sells for like $3 million, right?
Sure. That seems right.
Oh, I can see the ribs. That's so cool. That's the mini floppy bit, right?
We can go with the mini floppy bit for that. We've broken Bonnie down into 10 pieces, And next step is to get it floured and seared off.
You know, I knew Bonnie had separation anxiety, but this is going too far. What's the next step?
The next step is going to be to get all of the vegetables prepped, which we would have done first if this was a real cooking show.
Look, we don't have the budget of Binging with Babish or Gordon Ramsay or Alton Brown or anything like that, okay? We are doing the best we have with what we've got.
Clearly.
There is a certain class you're bringing to cooking with Chef Nick, I will admit.
Why is that?
I don't know, you look the part. You're not, doing what I do, which is, I don't know what I do on this show.
What do you do on the show?
On Cooking with Chef Nick, I basically look at the recipe and then just try and stumble my way through it while the camera's rolling. Now see that, I did do that on Cooking with Chef Nick.
What's that?
The thing with the garlic.
You smash it?
So that part I got. That's how you know it's a real cooking show.
I feel like I'm in a porn.
Well, I will say, Cooking with Chef Nick does, it does make someone feel things. The passion, the heat, the, passing of fluids.
Not doing anything special here. We're just making these small sprigs. This, we're just taking stuff off of the main stock. The main stock doesn't really have anything flavor-wise, so.
I will say that's some pretty sage advice.
Womp womp. I think I've told you this before, man. With jokes like that, there's got to be small children in your future. That's the only way you can get jokes that shitty. So the next step is going to be to season Bonnie up, dredge it in the flour, and put it into the hot oil.
I think Salt Bae is a dead meme at this point, right?
You know, I was gonna make a Salt Bae joke, but I wasn't sure if that was dead or not either. Because I feel like that was like a 2012 thing.
Was that 2012? We're gonna fact check that real quick. Imagine becoming famous for no reason.
Yeah, for literally just doing what all chefs do, which is season shit from high up. I mean, I guess to be fair, he looks way better doing it than I do. All right, so we're just browning this off. Once you want to try to get it brown in one flip.
Can you believe that Gordon Ramsay hasn't given this show an endorsement yet?
Yes. The next step is going to be to soften the onions in this pot with all of the charred bits down here.
I believe Binging with Babish calls that fond. It's a real cooking show, by the way. Not saying we're not, I'm just saying,
We definitely are not.
I'm just saying he has talent, and
And we have what we have, whatever that is. Hope you got that on camera. That will get you kicked out of Hell's Kitchen.
I thought you'd say it would get me age restricted because of how it was like a
Makes me respect other cooking shows because that kind of shit has to happen all the time, but you never see it.
So what's the blood crack cocaine mixture you made?
That is red wine vinegar and sugar.
Oh. Alright, if you're under 21, close your eyes or skip ahead to the time code, okay?
For the next step, you're gonna pour in a whole bottle of wine. Try to glaze that pan at the bottom as best as you can.
I think I saw this scene in Harry Potter one time.
With jokes like that, you're never gonna get an endorsement from Chef Ramsay.
Look, Chef Ramsay may be a good chef, but he is not recognizing and, look to other sides of the internet to see where, cooking prowess ignites, such as here.
With me.
I'm thinking more with me and kind of like you're kind of there as well, but...
Let's be honest, he's If he's gonna endorse the channel, it's because of me.
Comment below if you think Gordon Ramsay will endorse Cooking with Chef Nick because of Donald.
Because of me. Anytime you're cooking with wine or any other alcohol, you want to make sure to burn the alcohol off. What you want is the flavor from the liquid, not the booze.
Well, I gotta say, and I mean this without any trace of irony, this is the best thing that's ever come on Cooking with Chef Nick, and also probably the best thing to come out of Five Nights at Freddy's in a really long time. This looks amazing. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
All right, let's take a taste. Tastes like chicken. That is amazing. Like it's like that sweet, savory, herbal. Like it is like chicken, but more lean, a little more gamey. Like I love this. This is great. Well, I'm glad that finally someone in the Five Nights at Freddy's space was able to put these characters to good use. This concludes another episode of Cooking with Chef Nick. I'll see you all next time.